where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Hello, once again. Take a Listing Today podcast. Today is a great topic, and we're glad you're here. I'm Jim Studebaker, Todd Robertson right there. And over there is our producer, Lisa Gray.
Lisa Gray in the house.
Well, we have a wonderful topic for you today. We're going to get right into it because I don't want to waste any of your time. Wait a minute, that's the topic of today's show, which is how to stop wasting time and sell more real estate. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that, right? Here is a great idea. The personal computer. When the personal computer was invented, it was supposed to save us so much time. Society would become paperless. It was going to be just wonderful. Well, that didn't quite happen, did it?
Correct.
Well, many of us still spend way too much time with piles of paper, as well as the official time stealer, the internet. Now, if we didn't have the internet, you wouldn't be watching us on the podcast or things like that, so it has its pluses. But really, you spend a lot of time on email, social media, online shopping. Come on, you know who you are.
No, it's funny. It's funny, but not funny, because this will be our least attended podcast, YouTube, because people look at this title and they're going to be like, oh, geez, I don't need that. That's not me.
No, I don't want to waste my time watching a show on how to not waste time.
But you talk to a lot of your friends, and I have a lot of real estate. Some of them who are not in business. It's easy to get into. It's very optional while you're there. It's easy to get out. You're an independent contractor. So this is probably 95% of people is who this relates to.
So here's a recent Michigan State survey. It found we spend more than 7.5 hours per week recovering from email interruptions in our daily work day. Now, can you afford to not work 7.5 hours? That sounds terrible. Why don't we figure out how to stop wasting so much time? Well, a great way is to begin to understand the value of each hour of your time and figure out your hourly rate. So how do we do that? For you who are not mathematically inclined, just take your annual commission, divide it by 2,000, which is the average amount of hours most people work, and you will get a rough estimate of your hourly rate.
Well, and great aside to that is the owner of our company, and you've seen it. He's framed this exact thing, and it's framed at this very moment in the company boat. It's written down daily, hourly, per minute. So if he's wasting a minute, he knows what he's wasting. And guess what? As we all know, he's accomplished most everything he set. And very few people will do that.
Absolutely. So I hope everybody has done that right now. You've taken your annual commission, divided by 2,000. Hopefully it's not like $695. Hopefully it's a little bit better than that. So that's going to give you an idea of how much money you lose every hour that you are a slave to your email or social media, surfing the net, looking for that shiny new TV or the pair of loafers or whatever. You got to get those things out of your mind so you're not so distracted. So how do you overcome those email interruptions? Turn off your email notifications and only check email at specified times during the day, or even better, assign the task to your assistant. And let her check it.
And I just had this conversation at a conference I was at in Miami, and they talk about the cell phone and social media is like a dopamine hit, where it's like, oh my gosh, I got a text message. Oh, and that's why they like it dinging. Oh, boom, email notification. Oh, so it's like playing the slot machines. So you've got to be disciplined as an independent contractor, knowing that you will get to that. And plus, guess what will happen? Your clients will respect you more. Wow, he or she operates on a schedule.
Right, exactly. Social media, that's going to distract you as well. Not, well, looking at social media and seeing what your buddies are doing, that's going to distract you. But just doing your own social media marketing is a complete time drain on you potentially. Yes, you need to do your marketing, but do you really want to spend an hour or more chasing shiny objects that might be on social media? Why not hire some people to do your social media marketing for you? You can do that or use a third-party platform. There's a lot of them out there. What are you good at? Prospecting, presenting, closing.
Exactly. And social media, as we've seen from some great agents, used the correct way can help them get business.
Absolutely.
And it's very interesting, right? All of us have friends we're on with, and some of the posting their listing price reduction. So it's interesting how different agents will use that tool.
Exactly. And it's probably not the agent posting price reduction and just list and just sold. It's probably an assistant, a third party, somebody else doing it for them so they can work on high priority activities, which we talked about, like in show 1.
Exactly.
All right. A study by eMarketer claims average time spent on Facebook per day is 40 minutes. Yeesh.
It's probably double that. It takes into account the people that are not on Facebook.
It is.
Right.
Well, I drive that number down because I'm on about 2 minutes, and that's all I can stand, and then I move on. So let's take that 40 minutes, add it to the 90 minutes lost per day from email interruptions, and you've got 2 hours of your day doing non-income producing activity. Yeesh. How do you overcome social media interruptions? Save it all for the end of the day and only allow yourself to surf the internet after your marketing is done.
So imagine that if a realtor just got disciplined on that one topic that we just discussed, whether it's at lunch, you check and post, whether it might be morning, whether it's the end of the day, that alone will raise your efficiency. That one little nugget.
It will. Absolutely. Let's talk about a potential time waster. Item number 3, the home office. The home office. So you got into real estate. You think, oh, I'm my own boss. I can work at home. It'll be great. It has its pluses, but it also has its minuses, and it can be one of the worst offenders for time wasting. Now, let's hear about some of the pluses of working at home. Well, you can wear what you want, eat when you want, take breaks when you want. I mean, you can sit around in your underwear if you want when you're working at home.
Exactly. And guess what? Same applies here. On our previous subject, Facebook, there are some agents that have an office, a physical office they go to, and if they're in the other part of town where their house is, they have an office, and their efficiency is unbelievable, but it's the same type of thing. How are you using that?
Exactly. How low do these cameras go, Lisa? Because I'm in my underwear right now. So are we getting that on the air? We're good?
Yes, and it's
I'm in my bathrobe.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, it's disturbing.
well,
It's disturbing.
Wow.
Look at the beach back here, though. I mean, that's not...
I just want an explanation
we-
for the garters on your legs. That's all.
Well, I got to hold my socks up somehow. Maybe it doesn't go with the swimsuit that I'm wearing. Okay.
Right,
Swimsuit
right.
because of the background, right? Okay. So here's the curse of working at home. Distractions galore. From laundry to household chores, everything seems more interesting than the work that must be completed. And those distractions will ruin your productivity. Now, I have to be honest. I have never thought, wow, I'm going to stop this thing I hate and go do some laundry.
And you know what? I've never been working going, you know what? There are 2 coffee mugs in the sink. I need to go take care of those immediately.
So,
This must be so disciplined.
well, yes, that's it. Very,
Or we're
what
just
it
not
is?
good at certain chores.
yeah.
Maybe I need to talk to your wife, your girlfriend.
Yes.
Well, that's why I had kids to go do the laundry. so.
That's that old farmer mentality.
Exactly. So how about setting some rules on your home office? Well, here's the other problem. Working from home is going to lead many people to believe, probably the people that you live with, that you're available to run errands for them, pick somebody up, drop something off, do this, do that. No. By setting boundaries and reminding those requesters that you are actually working from home, the requests should lessen over time.
And if people know your office hours in terms of your prospecting time, they will respect that because they know you're out looking for a buyer for their home. And they're going to go, wow, he or she has a schedule, where that alone will help you take a listing before the day's done.
Yes, it will. Absolutely.
Where most people just go haphazardly, whatever the day throws out is where I'm going to go, and chicken like the head cut off, and the production shows it.
So here's a great way to overcome home office distractions. Another study found that most productive people take a 17-minute break every 52 minutes. So set your timer on your Google or your Alexa or your phone and have it remind you when 52 minutes is up. And then take a break. Vow to be focused for those 52 minutes, and then when the time is up, go take a walk, go make a sandwich, do something, but stay focused for 52 minutes.
Exactly. And another way to overcome the home office distractions is to have an anchor spot, so your office is your anchor. So when I go to that spot, boom, I go into Superman, I go into power mode. And then the rest of it can be just whatever. Boom, when you go into that spot, Wonder Woman power mode. So you anchor yourself to that spot. When you're in that spot, you switch gears, boom.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
You visualize Wonder Woman?
Well, I had to throw Wonder Woman because of the Superman, so I had to.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to appeal to all listeners.
Trying to be,
Yes.
all inclusive, something like that.
Right,
Okay.
right. I'm not running for office or anything, but yeah,
I just was wondering.
It was Linda Carter, right? Am I remembering that right?
yeah.
Yes.
So how do you overcome your home? Oh, we did that. You're distracting me with Wonder Woman. Wow. All right. Can we focus here, please, people?
You can tell everyone's in a good mood here
Rough
today.
crowd.
Yes.
Wow. All right. How to exert discipline and self-control. Did you know a study stated that exerting self-control makes you happier in the long run as well as in the moment? That was a song, wasn't it? Self-control?
Oh, that was a song.
I hear
yes.
it playing right now, actually, in my ears.
From the 80s.
It's from the 80s.
Probably 83 or 84 or something.
You know your music, Todd. Who sings this song?
Oh, I forgot. We went over that.
Laura Branigan or Laura?
Yes,
Hit the
Laura.
button.
No, that's right. Laura Branigan. Very good. Good job.
Lisa, you just won Rossi's book.
Throw it at me.
Congratulations. For an extra point, name Laura Branigan's children.
Oh, I thought you were going to say her age.
Oh,
Her children?
no.
Bob,
sorry.
She doesn't have any. Nice try.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Nice, but no cigar. Okay, so how do you exert self-discipline and self-control? 5 powerful ways to exert more discipline while you are working. Number 1, create a daily schedule and stick to it. Set aside time to complete each task and then move to the next task on the list. Number 2, turn one big task into a few small ones. Big tasks can be overwhelming and paralyzing. Chunking them down into few smaller tasks can help make them easier to achieve. Don't expect everything to be perfect. Number 3, don't wait for a 100% ideal situation to get started. Just get moving and do something, even if it means that the work may just be good enough. Number 4, do tasks that you enjoy doing. Do your best to outsource the tasks you don't like. Spending more time on tasks you do like keeps your motivation high. And number 5, reward yourself when you finish a task. Do something rejuvenating. Self-discipline is easier to sustain when you know something fun is coming at the end of your work.
Exactly. And one way you can do this, and I've done this myself certain days, let's say your day is getting away from you and you're handling a bunch of stuff. Go to your phone, set the alarm for 60 minutes, go work your highest priority activity for 1 hour. 0 distractions, horse with blinders. And a funny thing will happen to you is that when you're done with that and the alarm goes off, regardless of what happened, you feel better. Yeah. And life's about a feeling, right? So you feel better, you're going to do more. So normally when that happens, you'll go further than the hour because now you're back where you needed to be, so you're congruent with yourself.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Very nice. Productivity enhancers, topic number 5. The following are a few tips to increase productivity during your work day.
Now, Lisa's very good at A, if I remember our production meeting.
A is good. I was about to say number 1, but we switched to letters here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now it's
We're going to go to 1. Now we're A.
number A.
This was just to throw us off.
Letter
you know.
A.
Yes, I write everything down. You're right about that, Todd.
Yes.
I sleep very good at night too.
Well,
And I
sure.
think it's because I write everything down. I get it out of my mind.
And share with the group, because you said something great in the production meeting about, let's say your day ends and you have your list and you've got some carryover. I liked what you said there. You don't get overwhelmed. You don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, I'm a big list person. I do it on the weekends as well. Some people may say I'm a little OCD, but yeah, at the end of the day, when I'm finishing working, I write my list for the next day. I do this on Friday for Monday. Obviously, realtors are working on the weekends, so you have a different schedule. But before I leave, I write it. I prioritize a list. I could have 8 things, 10 things, depending on how many. I know the priority. I have it sitting out right on my desk when I get in the morning. It's right there. I know exactly where to get going. You know, you can leave in the middle of a project sometimes. You got to get going. And now you got to get back into the project the next morning. If you don't have a list, a prioritized list,
Right.
you're in trouble the next day. Now you're going to take an hour to figure out what am I doing, where am I doing, you know, and it gets overwhelming.
And just thinking about compounding what she does, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, you have a better life. You're more organized on your money. You're more organized on your physical health and energy, on your business. That does a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
We hit A through C. How about D? You wanna hit that one too?
We did.
Prioritize the work.
I'm going to go take a smoke and you go ahead and
By the way,
Continue
Jim
on,
doesn't smoke. He just started smoking today after the production.
right now actually is when I'm starting. So
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to start him off with a patch so he doesn't even have to smoke. You know, just put the
Vape.
patch on.
Okay, I'll read it. Dreaded tasks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was serious.
Your voice is better than mine. You've got that great radio
I
voice.
don't know about that, but thank you very much for noticing. Dreaded tasks. If you have a task or a project that you dread and you're avoiding, do it first. There's nothing more motivating than being able to cross that task off of your list. All right. E. Stop multitasking. It can be easy to work on a few tasks at once, but usually the quality of your work will suffer. Focus 100% on one task at a time.
Now watch, all of us have done this, and all of us probably during the day do this a couple times. We don't catch ourselves, but it's an interesting analogy. Let's say your shoe's untied, and you're walking somewhere, and you realize your shoe's untied, and then you also realize there's a lion chasing you, and you have a certain amount of time. What are you going to do? You can't multitask in that moment.
That would be difficult.
It would be difficult.
Yeah.
It would be difficult. Watch, and on that point, some of the best psychologists in the world will talk about this, that on the subject of multitasking, the reason people have depression, the reason people are on a lot of pills, the reason people have feelings that they do is because they do not complete their circles. They will start something, not finish it, start something, not finish it, start something, not finish it. So pretty soon inside, your other than conscious mind says, we don't keep our word with ourselves. We don't do what we say we're going to do. So think about that. Just by starting something and taking it all the way to conclusion, boom, you're building your strength.
Right.
And focus 100% on that task up front. Get it done quickly, get it done right, then move on.
Exactly. And as Lisa said, we're going to get interruptions. Life's going to rain on our parade. But watch, we get back on it. We say, boom, I take that to the finish line. And we're not going to always win. But with that mindset, we will win more often than not.
All right. And here's the key to everything. Item number F. Eat a healthy breakfast and get some exercise. Healthy people are more productive. Studies have shown that adequate protein first thing in the morning fuels your brain so that it can function to its best.
Now, eating a healthy breakfast does not mean McDonald's drive-thru and ordering a 3 for breakfast.
Oh, the number 3.
And the exercise does not mean, and I heard this from a buddy a week ago, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, oh, yeah, what kind of exercise do you do? Oh, well, my exercise after the bath, I pulled the plug and I just tried to fight the current the whole way. And I'm like, oh, boy, we got to do some work with you.
Okay, that's good. Probably something more than that.
Okay.
Yeah. You can get your blood flowing by a short walk, a few push-ups, jumping jacks, sit-ups. They can all give you a good jolt of energy needed to keep you going throughout the day.
Some deep breathing, some meditation, whatever it's going to be for you. Have a strong morning routine to build your foundation before you jump right into life or your phone or emails or challenges.
Next week, Lisa will demonstrate the jumping jacks, the push-ups, and sit-ups so that you will know exactly how to do that the correct way. And that's everything that you need to know about how to stop wasting your time and sell more real estate. I mean, it's
Do we have any
simple,
questions up here?
Nothing right now.
Outstanding.
It was.
Well, no, it's just, let's see, I see some, no questions.
It was so good. There's no questions left out there.
It's outstanding. And remember, for those of you listening and watching right now, go to the website, take a listing today, and you can sign up. You can sign up to your office. You can make sure you get alerts for when this podcast comes out. A lot of offices now are using this as their sales meeting around the country. I'm hearing this talk around there. A lot of brokers saying, oh, I love it. Let's have our people sit around. Then after the podcast, they'll have a roundtable discussion to say, how do we get more efficient at this topic?
Exactly. So that's a great way to use it. Thank you for mentioning that. Well, we'd also like to thank our sponsor, Prospects Plus. They have a multitude of marketing products to help you sell more real estate. Visit them at ProspectsPLUS.com, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome.
Nice. Those two were probably the most fun, goofy ones, but I think it was really good naturalness, you know?
Yeah, no, and that's good. So people want to see that. They want real, they want authentic. Let me just shut us down on
Yeah, shut that down, and we got to re-record.
We actually had somebody there that people dropped off, and then we had someone pop in right near the end there. That's why I kind of was